All right, let's get right to it. Look, as a gym owner, you know your mission. It's about building strength, discipline, focus. But what if I told you the toughest fight your kids are facing is one they can't even see? That's what we're going to break down right now.
Every single day, you're in there, on the floor, training athletes. You're teaching the footwork, the combos, that grit to get back up after a hard hit. You're not just training fighters, you're building champions, and that's a seriously powerful thing.
But here's the thing. A lot of your kids are fighting an invisible opponent every single day. We're talking about trauma. You know, the stress, the anxiety, those silent battles they're dealing with at home or in the neighborhood. And that stuff, it messes with their focus, their attitude. It gets in the way of them being the champions you know they're born to be. So let's really look at this fight outside the ring. Because once you see how big this challenge is, you'll see just how massive your opportunity is to change the game for these kids. Check this out. This number is, well, it's staggering. More than 80% of kids go through at least one major traumatic event. Think about that. That's the huge majority of the kids walking into your gym every single day.
But here's where it gets crazy. Even though it's so common, less than 30% of those kids ever get the help they need to deal with it. There's this massive gap between what kids need and what they're actually getting.
And a huge reason for that gap? It's stigma. You know this, especially in a lot of our Black and brown communities, there's this feeling that you keep family business in the family. The whole idea of going to some clinic and telling your business to a stranger, for a lot of folks, that's just not going to happen. It's seen as a weakness, not a way to get strong.
So what's the solution? How do we fix this? Well, we build the solution right where the kids already are, in a place they love, a place they trust. We call it Boxing for Body and Brain.
The whole idea is something we call disguised learning. It's simple, really. We're not pulling kids out to sit in some stuffy office for therapy. No way. We're hiding powerful mental wellness tools right inside the boxing drills and activities they're already doing. Basically, we make getting stronger on the inside feel just like playing.
And look at what they learn. This is way more than just throwing a punch. We're talking about learning how to handle their emotions, how to really focus when it counts, and how to let go of stress the right way. They're building the kind of confidence and skills that'll help them win in life, not just in the ring.
So, how do we do it? It's all about using the natural rhythm of your gym. We weave things like mindfulness into the warm-ups. We turn specific boxing drills into lessons on controlling impulses. We use group check-ins to work on communication. The best part? It all fits perfectly into what you're already doing.
Okay, so this all sounds good in theory, right? But you're probably thinking, what does this actually look like for my gym? Let's break down just how simple this partnership is. We designed it to be a total win-win, without creating a bunch of extra work for you.
Here it is, plain and simple. Your job? You do what you already do better than anyone. You provide the space, you run the boxing, and you keep being that coach these kids trust. Our job? We handle literally everything else. We bring in the licensed clinicians, we take care of all the billing and insurance headaches, and we make sure all the clinical stuff is by the book.
And we don't just drop this in your lap and walk away. We're here to support your team. First, we give your staff training so they can understand trauma and know how to support the kids. Then, we teach you how to blend these wellness tools right into your sessions. You get ongoing support from our pros, but here's the most important part. We train your staff to run the whole thing. We want the power to be in your hands.
So when you step back and look at the whole picture, what does this really create? It's not just a win for the kids, and it's not just a win for your gym. This is a win for the entire community.
You see it right here. The kids, they get better focus, more self-control. The parents, they get to see their kids become more confident, more emotionally steady, and your gym, it becomes more than just a gym. It becomes a true hub for healing and strength in your neighborhood.
And you know, parents talk, right? When they start seeing real results, their kid has better focus in school, more confidence, better control over their temper, that's huge. And the kid just thinks they're going to boxing practice. That builds a level of trust and loyalty with parents that you just can't buy.
All right, let's talk about the business side of things, because that matters too. You earn a compliant facility use payment. It's important you know this is all above board, it's tied to supporting the program, not for referrals. This makes it a clean, reliable, new revenue stream for your gym.
And we're talking about real money here. Some of our gym partners are earning up to $300 a day. A day. Just for using their space to support this program. That's money you can pour right back into your gym, your equipment, and your mission.
So let's bring it all home. This isn't about changing who you are or what your gym is all about. This is about taking the incredible impact you already have and making it even bigger. It's about your legacy.
Because at the end of the day, it all comes down to one thing: trust. The kids in your community already trust you. They look up to you. That's a kind of power that no therapist walking in off the street could ever replicate. It's your superpower.
Think of it like this. We provide the clinical tools, you provide the heart. It's that simple. And together, we can absolutely change lives.
So, the only question left is, are you ready? Ready to turn your gym into more than just a gym, but a community hub for both healing and strength? Ready to help your kids win the most important fight of all?